What's going on? It's your girl Megan Savage here. Hi, hello, how are you? Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I wanted to try something new with you guys, a little bit more raw, a little bit more uncut. I want to be able to pour a lot of value into you, and today I actually want to talk to you guys about something that's been really coming back into my life. I wouldn't say that this is the first time. I'm a very spiritual person, okay? But what I realized is when I was really popping off in like all aspects of my life, I was really into my spirituality. And I like to be very clear that I'm not big on organized religion. If that's something that brings you peace and it brings you forward in life and you love it, good for you. I am more so just a spiritual person. I want to give you guys a breakdown of what goes on in my brain and how you can use these methods of spirituality, whether you're someone who's like just coming into it or you're someone who like claims it but didn't really know how to harness that energy. And I just want to give you guys a real breakdown of what's going on in my noggin. Okay, so first off, I want to start off by saying I am a huge believer in this statement that we are actually spiritual beings living a human experience. And I feel like the problem is, how you see all the NPCs walking around on a daily basis is they get so involved in the human experience that they forget where exactly they came from, okay? We're all balls of energy piloting a meat suit on a hurling ball of dirt, hurling through space. Okay, that is essentially what our life is. We have come down here in order to learn and grow, okay? Some of the stuff I'm gonna say is gonna make sense. Some of it isn't. Whatever, take notes, learn from it. What I'm gonna be going over with you guys, if I'm being real with you, is my own experience, things that I've gotten from other people. And as I've grown over the years, I've been made aware of different things in this, different aspects and opinions in this realm. So I have my notes here. I'm excited to go over all of them with you, but pretty much what I want to talk to you guys about today is the different levels of consciousness. Okay, so we're all familiar with the 2D. The 2D. This, how I like to explain it, it's like a picture. Pretty simple. But I want you guys to understand it's more like survival mode. It's like physical and instinctual. It is like the lowest vibration, as you can say. I'm going to be talking more about this in a bit, but I just want you guys to be aware of what the 2D, 3D, 4D, what the different dimensions are, okay? So then we have the 3D. So what I wrote down for this is it's life as we perceive it. As humans, keep in mind, as humans, it's life as we perceive it. So this is also physical, but it's on a higher level of consciousness. It has emotion, thoughts, experiences, pretty much like a more in-depth version of the 2D. And this is sort of where free will comes in. This is where our personality comes in. This allows us to have connections and actually live the human experience, okay? This is where people trap themselves. Keep that in mind. Now, number 4, this is the 4D. So I guess not number 4, but anyways. So 4D, this is the higher level of dimension, okay? You probably heard a lot of people talk about this, but this is the realm of time. This is past lives, this is future lives, this is parallel realities. I'll be getting more into that as well. But time, I want to explain for you guys, is not linear. And with someone with anxiety, someone who used to say they had anxiety, time is not linear at all. Time is happening all at the same time. There's no such thing as the past or the future. Everything is always the present. And I had to hear it a couple different ways from different people to fully understand. And it's a-okay. I want to let you guys know, if you're someone who's just getting involved in your spirituality, I don't want you to be overwhelmed, because there's so much to it. And these are things that you, again, will go through at one point of your life and then be re-put through it another time of your life. And I just want to let you know that it's okay. Okay, there's no time isn't real, but there's no time restraint to when you're supposed to learn something or feel something. Everything that is supposed to happen is happening right now, and you're okay. Now back to what I was saying about realities. There are multiple realities. There's a reality where I'm a guy and this is happening. There's the reality where I'm blonde. There's a reality where maybe instead of Toronto, I'm in Japan. There are endless amounts of realities. There is even a reality where I'm not even here. So I just want you to keep that in mind when I go into the next part about this reality and time not existing. Okay, so for example, I love astrology, and I am a big, yes, I'm one of those crystal zodiac girlies, like I love it. And something that really opened up my eyes is when I do a birth chart reading, or when I read a horoscope, or when I do a tarot reading, for example, everyone thinks, oh my gosh, she's reading the future. No, I'm not. So how I look at like a birth chart reading is I look at it as almost a manual. But how I do a tarot reading is I look at it like I'm reading the present. And this is what I mean. If I were to do a tarot reading and you were a student and you were like, hey, based on how I'm doing, like going right now, am I gonna like pass with flying colors? Or how is the school year gonna look for me? Or whatever you wanna ask. And I do a reading and it says you're gonna be a straight A student and you're gonna have a great time and maybe you're gonna find the love of your life there. I don't know, like whatever the reading says. But you have free will. So if you said, okay, I've decided that I'm going to shift into a different reality where I'm not going to school. I'm going to tell my parents, hey, actually I quit. I'm going to go be a dancer or whatever it is. You have now used your free will. That doesn't mean the tarot reading was wrong. That means on that timeline, on that universe, on that, like string of experiences, that's what would have happened. But you've decided to pick a different reality. And this is what I want you guys to really understand is like people, when they get involved into this world, a lot of the non-believers are like, what? There's no such thing as reality. Like I have free will. I can choose my path. You're right. You totally can, because there's multiple happening at once. So this is why I use the statement, act as if. Don't fake it till you make it, because fake it till you make it means it's not true. And you know that in the back of your mind. And your mind is such a powerful thing. It literally makes your reality. So if in the back of your mind, you're like, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake. I'm actually not rich. I'm actually not beautiful. I'm actually not like charismatic, like all these other things. It knows that. It hears you. So it's act as if I want to be the version of Megan that is a public speaker and helps hundreds of thousands of people and is healthy and fit, what am I going to do? I'm going to do those attributes. Like I'm going to do the things that girl would do. So I know Megan that is healthy. She gets up every single day, 6:30. She has her jug of water, Anytime Fitness. Like she has her jug of water. She has her supplements. She goes to the gym. She works out regardless of how she feels. And then she comes back and, does her work. And the thing is that is how you shift realities. And I really want to go in depth today, guys, about how you can shift your reality. Because realistically, I'm giving you so much right now, but realistically, I want you guys to understand that when you hear people say, no one's coming to save you, they're not talking about like a supervillain. They're talking about no one's coming to save you from you. No one's coming to save you from you. This is a battle that you have to have. And like, I used to be so anxious when everyone's like, oh, well, you're like the narrator of your life and you're the author of your story. And like, I'm like, well, do you think I'm choosing this life of trauma? Do you think I'm choosing all of this stuff happening to me and like sadness and depression? No, of course not. But actually, I was. And I'll get more into that. But I want you guys to know that when you hear that, take a step into your power, because that means you can change it. So yeah, we'll get into that. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go off on a ramble here. Like I said, I wanna make this video like a little bit of a different vibe, less edited, more raw. I just wanna give it to you guys. But yeah, so where was I? The 4D, time is not linear. This is a higher level of awareness. So more spirituality is going to get thrown into there. Now we reach the 5D. We reach the 5D. So I wrote transcends limitations of time and space. This is frequency work. So this is the stuff that you hear about, in order to manifest your life, you need to vibrate at a certain frequency. This is what I'm talking about. So this is where quantum mechanics come in, string theory. This is where people they want to ascend to this. But what traps them is they don't realize that they're already here. They're already here. And this is why I said in the beginning of this training, We are spiritual beings living a human experience. We are not humans living a spiritual experience, okay? So we are already in the 5D. Our mind is so powerful. And that's why we can do things. Like, there was a story where a guy was able to go in like extreme temperatures. You know what I mean? And it was all because obviously he trained for it. Because don't get me wrong, manifestation, what the biggest thing people miss with manifestation is they miss the action part. So it's not like he just went, I'm gonna be a superhero and I can stay in minus 50 and like all this other stuff. No, he worked his magic on it, but he never doubted in his mind that he couldn't do it. Your body and your mind are so powerful. And there's actually stories. So I say this all the time to my students, but it's a story my mom told me. And I absolutely hate bees, by the way. Like, it's my biggest fear, but she loves them. And she told me this story. And do you want to know why a bumblebee can't fly? And it's because no one told it couldn't. And because aerodynamically, a bumblebee just like shouldn't be able to fly. Like, its wings are too small, its butt is too big, like it just shouldn't work. But that's the story behind it. And truly, you should take that story into your life, because legitimately, that's how we run, that's how we work. And I want to tell you another story, okay? So, or another statement, or whatever you want to call it. But how your day goes is how you decide it to go. I know it, like, a lot of these things are going to sound super simple and you might have heard them before, but I really want you to listen. Because, for example, if it started to rain today, I know tons of people would be like, oh my God, it's summer, it's my day off, I want it to tan, it's awful. But I actually love the rain. And to me, oh, I hit my mic. To me, I view the rain as a cleanse. I view the rain as, it washes away the negative, and I love the smell and I love the sound. And even though I've been getting my tan on this summer and I really want to go and do that, it's a reality shift in my brain to be like, oh, it's raining. I love that. Do you know what I mean? It's literally as simple as that. And there's probably tons of scenarios in your head where you're like, Megan, that's great, but like, my car just got stolen, or I just lost my job, or all the bad things in the world. But of course that stuff has to happen. Of course your old life has to fall into shambles, because your new life will cost you your old one. That is it. You guys asking to be pushed into like, I want to be in a spot where I have better finances. That's why you lost your job. That's why you lost your job with your boss that sucked, because it was the universe telling you to, like for me, for example, it was the universe telling me I needed to go work online. And that's why I'm at where I'm at now, doing this 2 years later, not having to work a job, right? Maybe yours was like pushing you to do that career that you've always wanted to do. Maybe you had passion in art, but you were still worried and like about what other people would judge you for. And now you're being forced to do it. Do you know what I mean? So the universe 110% always has your back, regardless of how shitty your life is now. The universe is your friend. The universe is your friend, and the universe listens, okay? So I want to get into how to quantum jump. And for those of you who don't know what that is, like I just got done explaining, there's a bajillion realities, okay? Like there's an endless amount of realities. There is a reality right now where you are driving that car that you love, where you are with that man or that girl that you love, where you have that job that you love. Finances are not a problem, okay? There's a reality where that's happening. Now, don't mind my awful writing, but I want you to draw lines like this, okay? Now, on one end of the spectrum, that is that reality, the highest vibrating reality. This is abundance, peace, joy, happiness, everything. And what I like to call this is flow. This is a flow state. Because when your life is almost going well, it flows like water. It is just so smooth and everything is going well. And that is where I want you guys to be. And that is where you are. You just don't realize it yet. But anyways, then on the other end of the spectrum, I want you to write lack, stress, jealousy, anxiety, depression. That is the lowest of the low. You hate your life there, okay? Now, some people are gonna be like, Megan, I'm already at that. I lost my job, lost my man, like everything's falling, my hair's falling out. Like it's just like, there's that. Some of you are gonna be more in the middle, maybe little one way or the other. Hopefully a lot of you are at the other end. But I want you guys to realize this is about like 90% of what's actually going on in existence. Are these realities? We only see 1%. We only see 1% of what's going on. Because as a human, we cannot have everything in our minds. Like, we can't know all of this stuff to its fullest extent because we just can't comprehend. And it's sort of like how dogs only see, I think it's like blue or like yellows or something. But they're happy, they're living their life, and it's because they don't know any better. And I'm telling you guys, there's things that are out there that even me, but there's things that are out there that you don't know what to ask for because it's just so good and you've just never had that experience. And it's the same with me. And like, there's so much more than that, but I can go on a ramble. But I want you guys to understand that there are three main like aspects, problems, like there's three main things to the human experience, okay, in this dimension. One is relationships. This could be friends, family, boyfriend, girlfriend, neighbors, like just acquaintances, relationships, connections you have with people. Two is your health, mental, physical, gut problems, like whatever it is your health. And three is finances. Obviously, I won't get into that, but like, debt, credit, like anything like that. Usually when one is out of whack, like really heavily out of whack, the other ones start to follow. And it's just, they all are the only problems that a person would actually have. And I want you to sit down and think about it. Because like any problem that you have, it's about one of those three things. Whether, let's say you're doing bad in school and you're worried that the school's gonna kick you out or something like that. Okay, great. Are you actually mad that school's kicking you out, or are you mad that you lost an opportunity to get a degree that would help you get a job that would bring you more money? Or are you upset about what your parents and friends would think? Or like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's usually not the actual aspect. Because something that I want you guys to understand as well is life has zero meaning. Life has no meaning. It only has the meaning you give it. Everything is neutral. Everything. And I know you're like, Megan, woo, that's crazy. But I'm telling you, like, even if I were to spill this entire water bottle on me right now, that's neutral. It's not a bad thing or a good thing. It's just a thing that happened. I can decide whether I'm like, haha, oh my gosh, that's so funny, I dropped it on me, it's a funny thing. Or I can decide if I'm now sad and gonna stop my YouTube video because I have water all over me and I look dumb or something. Like, do you know what I mean, guys? Like, it's just like the rain story. You give life meaning. Congratulations, you have all the power in the world. You give life meaning. Now, how I like to explain that about like the quantum jumping, like the multiple realities, is it's like a TV, okay? You could be watching one channel, but that doesn't mean the other channels are not playing at the same time. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the remote and we're gonna switch to the channel where you're the most happiest, okay? So I'm gonna go over some stuff that will help you do that and help you get into the right frequency. Because I'm sure you've heard this. Like, if you are watching this video, I know you either know me, hello, or you are diving into the spiritual realm. And I'm sure you heard about you need to vibrate at the right frequency and all this other stuff. And I want to give you guys the hard truth. The reason that you are stuck in maybe the other side of lack and stress and just a shit life is because you're actually in a state of higher arousal. Like, you are addicted to your suffering. And I don't know if that's gonna make you stop watching this video, but I wanna tell you the truth. I'd rather tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Because of course, I was in a place where I was like, yo, if anyone were to tell me that, I'd probably punch them in the face. I was like, how dare you? I've been through so much trauma, homeless at one point. Like, I had a bad, relationships with my family. Money was a problem. Like, it was just lowest of the low. My car exploded at one point. Like, I have so many stories I can tell you, being abused, like all this other stuff. And I was like, why would I be addicted to that? It doesn't make sense. And the thing is some of it comes from how we were raised. Some of it can come from our environment. whether you had a really good childhood and you just be put into an environment. I've said this before and I'll say it again. If a flower doesn't bloom, do you blame the flower? Do you blame the environment? Your environment matters a lot. So if you're around, maybe toxic people or in a toxic place or something that just lowers your frequency all the time, it becomes familiar. It becomes familiar. And that's the scary part, is people get so comfortable in a place of sadness because they're used to feeling it. So their body, their mind tricks their body into thinking, okay, this is normal. We like normal, so it's fine. You, 100% of the time, 10 out of 10 times, will always do what you think is best for you or more beneficial. And I want you to understand what I'm saying with this, okay? You could really want to pursue, I'll say what I said last time. You might really want to pursue your painting hobby into a career, okay? You would, that would make you nothing but happy. You really want to do that. But what's stopping you, because I know a lot of you listening are probably like, yeah, I really want to pursue this or I want to do that, but I'm scared. And that's literally it, is you're scared of judgment. So your mind is going, hey, we're familiar actually over here where no one knows that we paint, or no one knows that we have an online business, or no one knows that I actually sing and post it on my TikTok, or whatever it is. No one knows. And you're safe over here, safe of judgment, safe from fear. And that's why a lot of people get stuck. They're just used to it. They're used to familiarity. I know people that could literally, for example, if you know me, then you know I'm an online entrepreneur. I mentor and coach people, and it's one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. This is my calling, and it's because I can genuinely help people, not just on a business note, but maybe on their spiritual journey, or maybe being a woman, or learning how to be a man, or whatever it is. But sometimes I meet people and they tell me, they're like, Megan, I really want to do this. I really want to be successful. Why am I not? And it's not because they don't have the talent. It's not because I'm any better, because I'm not. It's just they're still in a place where they're addicted to their sadness. If you really want to change it, most people know how. It's just it's unfamiliar. And that's why they say things like growth happens on the outside of your comfort zone. We're all comfortable. It's easy. Even when you're broke, it's easy to be comfortable sometimes, because I wish I had a chalkboard right now or something, because I'd show you guys, but there's a cycle of anxiety where literally you get anxious, and because you're anxious about something new, you go into escape mode or protect mode. Your fight or flight or freeze response goes off. And because that's going off, you try to escape, and that causes procrastination. So now you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so anxious about this paper that's due, but I just need to calm down because I can't focus on the paper. So I'm going to go ahead and watch Bridgerton 8 times. And so good. Oh my God, I watched a new episode. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and watch Bridgerton. And you're watching Bridgerton, and then instead of enjoying Bridgerton and calming down and watching it, you're actually getting more anxious because you're not doing the paper that you need to do. But now you're like, well, now I need to escape more. And then you end up doing, even if you do it, you end up doing what's the next phase, which is called underdoing. You do it. It's not as good as it could be, which then causes more anxiety. And then it's a constant circle. And if you keep going in these constant circles, you're constantly gonna believe you're not confident. And confidence is so important, guys. Oh my God, I've seen it time and time again where literally people are actually amazing at what they want to do, whether it's public speaking or sales or, whatever it is, they're good at it, but it's just their confidence. And the thing is, confidence, which is funny enough, confidence comes from familiarity. Are you noticing a trend? We're familiar with things, so we stay with them. But the only way for us to get better is do new things and become familiar with them. Because if we become familiar with them, we can do it in our sleep, then we're confident about it, and that's how we grow and get bigger and get better and get that. That's the cycle. It's the cycle. And oh my gosh, that's its own video I can go into. But I want to talk to you about a paradox, okay, that's been really blowing my mind. When people say, Megan, I'm not confident, they're confident about that statement. They're confident about that. So you are confident, just not about the right things. It's the same thing with trust. Megan, I can't trust anyone. I can't trust myself. You are trusting that statement that you can't trust. Shift your mindset, shift your reality. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but it will be simple, because everything I'm telling you, you guys are smart. You guys know this. It's just applying it, because knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. I could tell you every single thing in the world. Like Albert Einstein himself could come and tell you everything, give you guys all of his knowledge. But if you don't apply what he says, you're as dumb as a person who knows nothing. Remember that. Anyways, I want to go into some practices on how you guys can fix this, how you can shift your energetic frequency, okay? So 1 is breath work. This is like 1 and 2, breath work and meditation. I know you guys have probably heard about this, but it's so important, okay? Sometimes you just need to separate yourself. Oh, there's a cute bird on the window. Anyways, sometimes you just need to separate yourself from your thoughts, because you are not your thoughts, and that's the problem. A lot of people think that they are. So when you hear that voice in your head, that inner critic going, you're ugly, you're stupid, you can't do this, don't post this YouTube video because everyone's gonna laugh at you, like that kind of stuff. You need to just tell it to shut up. You need to just tell it to shut up, because that's not you. So sometimes it's good to sit. It doesn't have to be for long, but you wouldn't go days without washing your body. So why would you go days without washing your mind? I heard that from someone actually online, and it was stuck with me so well, because I was like, oh my God, you're right. Like, your mind is so important. So meditation, the point of it is to sit and sort of sort through the thoughts to find what brings you closer to your goals. So if you're sitting and you're meditating and you hear something that's negative, that's not bringing you closer to anything, it's okay to let that thought go. You can have space, just not in my mind. You know what I mean? And if you hear something that's positive, now you know maybe that's your intuition leading you somewhere else. Sometimes if you just want to sit in silence, just sit in silence. I urge you guys to do this, okay? This will actually open up your eyes a lot, but I want you to go sit in a room in the dark with nothing. Just sit there, close your eyes. Put a timer on your phone outside the door for 30 minutes and just sit with yourself. The first little while is going to be hectic. Your thoughts are going to be going. You're like, oh, should I check my phone? Should I do this? Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. And I'm letting you know, like, later down the road, like throughout the 30 minutes, you'll find peace. As much as you think you won't, you will. You'll find peace. But breath work, when you put both of those together, that's what actually helps you, find yourself, because sometimes it's easy to get lost in your sea of thoughts, but breathwork really helps ground you. So something I want to go over is like box breathing. I'm sure you guys have seen this on TikTok, but it's, you pick a time limit. Some do 4 seconds, some do 6 seconds, some do 10, but it's like inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds. And then you just do it again and again and again. And it's easy, it's easy to ground yourself with that. It's so nice too, guys. Like, honestly, someone who used to like preach, like I was a spiritual girly, but like I never wanted to meditate because I have ADHD and my brain's going everywhere. When you learn to separate yourself from your thoughts, you can follow your true intuition and alignment in earth, like in this reality. Next thing I want to go over is gratitude. This will change your mindset in your life. So notice how I've been talking about your mindset. Take a shot every time she says mindset. Gratitude will help you realize how much you have. Because the thing is you will never become wealthy, ever, if you don't understand the wealth you already have. There's always someone in a worse situation than you. And I used to hate when I would be having a horrible day and I'm telling my mom or I'm telling my friend or I'm telling someone and they're just like, okay, well, this happened to this person, or there's starving kids in Africa. And the thing is like, really hear that, because if you are breathing, you are alive, maybe you're thirsty, go take some water, maybe you're hungry, go grab a bite, maybe you're sleepy, take a nap. The fact that you can even take a nap, like, do you know what I mean? Like, be thankful for what you have. It's this simple, like, how you even speak to yourself. Words are spells, guys. Your words have power. realistically. So instead of going, oh, my alarm went off, I have to go to the gym, like, oh my God, say, oh my gosh, my alarm went off, I'm alive another day, and I get to go to the gym. I get to go and work on myself. I get to go do legs today. I have 2 healthy, strong legs that I'm building. And even just saying that now, I get sort of happy. I raise my vibration. So things I want you guys to practice is literally for 10 minutes today, sit down and write down things you're thankful for. Even if it's a favorite shirt, or maybe it's the way the grass smells when it's freshly mowed, or maybe it's the fact it's a beautiful sunny day, or whatever it is. Just be grateful. Be very grateful, because your vibration will naturally rise, okay? Next, journaling and shadow work. So pretty much, guys, we all got baggage. We all got baggage, but here's the thing. Like I told you, there's 3 main aspects to this reality, and one of them is relationships. But that's also relationships, like a relationship with yourself. You need to know the baggage and trauma that you've got. You need to know how to unpack that so you don't dump it on other people. You know what I mean? So whether something's bothering you, just sit down and write. Just thought dump. It doesn't have to be a story. You don't have to write about your day if you don't want to, but just thought dump. Anything comes to your brain, like, I don't know, why can't pigs fly? Like, I don't care what it is. Write it down. And eventually, you'll come to the root of the problem of things. And another thing too is if you're ever like feeling overwhelmed or full of anxiety, I'm telling you, this is my like top trick, is just write your problem down. Because a problem written down is half solved. Like sometimes it's, my gosh, I'm getting ahead of myself. I, for the longest time, wanted to be a pilot, and I realized why. And it was because the moment I got in that airplane and I was like looking at the trees and like they're so small and like the buildings are so small, I realized my problems were so small. And the further I got away from my problems, the more I was like, oh wow, like there's so much more to life, and I don't need to be full of depression. And it's truly just that. Sometimes you just need to visualize and like see that your problems are not that big. It's like when you're like, oh my God, I have so much to do today, and then you write it down, there's only 3 things. But anyways, shadow work, I'm not really going to go super deep into that for this training, but feel free to go take a look about what shadow work is. It just asks you questions and gives you scenarios to really think about, to get to know who you are and maybe some things that are holding you back in your life. I really suggest doing that. There's other things like coaching and therapy. I think it's very beneficial. Even if you don't think you need therapy, you probably need therapy. But and I'm not talking about from that friend who's in a worse situation than you are. Like, I'm saying actually go get help. But the last thing I do want to talk about is affirmations. So like I just got done saying, I won't touch on it too much, but like I just got done saying, like, your words hold meaning, they have spells. And what I mean by this is like they've actually done tests on like water molecules, like when you're saying negative things to it versus positive things. And it literally shifted. I want you to go on Google and like fact check me, okay? But literally it shifted the actual molecules of the water. It's crazy. So to give you another perspective too, with plants are like living things. They did a test on multiple plants, by the way, just to see, but they did tests on plants that had the same light, same water, same soil, same everything. The only thing different is every day for like 10 minutes, they went and they like talked shit to one plant, and then the other plant, they were saying positive affirmations to it. And the plant that got talked down to died, obviously, and then the plant that was getting all this positive stuff thrived. Like, it grew 10 times more. Like, it was amazing. So your, like, I was about to say your spells, your words hold reality. Your words hold power. There's honestly so much more I could get into, so I might do a part 2 to this, but I do want to read some affirmations for you guys, okay? We have different chakras in our body. There's actually way more than like the classic, root and the crown and all this other stuff. We actually have multiple, like everywhere else. I won't get into that for this one, but I do want you guys to understand, I want you guys to start opening up different parts to you. And this is what I mean. I'm going to explain the chakras a little bit and what you can say to help when it comes to your affirmation journey. So I'm going to start off with just like a financial, like wealth one, because most people ask about that. I get you. Get that bag, girl. Make his pockets hurt. But I'm going to start off with our root chakra. Okay, so this is at our bottom. This is the lowest energy point. So imagine someone sitting, cross-legged. This is like the bottom, like their feet. Like this is where your roots are. This is what grounds you. So you can say things like, I am wealthy, I am abundant. This is what most people say. Because like I said, the reason manifestation works, and I hope you're getting some aha moments, some clicking moments. The reason manifestation works is because people are having the belief that they are said person that is deserving of the wealth. Okay? They are putting in the action to be that person, and everything follows up with them. You are at the present moment. So it's not, I hope that I'll become wealthy, because the universe hears you and all they hear is, oh, they want hope. We'll give them hope. But when you say, I am wealthy, the universe hears, oh, they're wealthy. I'll give them wealth. Does that make sense? I'm asking like you're here, but I hope this makes sense. Next, we're gonna go to the sacral. Okay, it's a little bit higher. So your love area. So it's, I feel wealthy. I feel abundant. You feel it. Okay. Next, you're gonna go solar plexus. This is mid area here. I do not chase, I attract. I do not chase, I attract. We're gonna go to your heart. Okay. I love wealth. I love abundance. I love wealth. I love abundance. Then we're gonna go to your throat chakra. Okay. Very important one. Most people forget it. But it's, I speak wealth and abundance into existence. I speak wealth and abundance into existence. Then we're going to go up to our third eye. I see wealth all around me. I see wealth all around me. And then finally, this is our crown up here. This is our crown. This is our highest energy point that most people forget about. And it's, I understand that wealth easily is attracted to me. Or you can say, I understand that wealth is easy to attract. Either one works. But that is the biggest thing I want to go over with you guys, is you guys have the power to change your entire reality. I definitely want to do another video like this for you guys, again, more raw and uncut. If you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the comments below. If you found any value or had any aha moments from this video, please like and subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. You can go find me on my Instagram or TikTok, but Instagram at the Megan Savage. It's the only verified account. So I have tons of fake accounts, by the way, but that's my only verified one. And yeah, guys, last thing is just remember, your savage, not average, and I'll see you next time.